My artwork is a part of the tradition of our people. There's quite a few mask makers through the years that's been well known, and I hope to be one of those that keep the art alive. Yo, I'm Billy Welch from the Snowbird community. I'm a teacher and a woodcarver and own the shop Hunting Boy Woodcarving just off 143 in Graham County. The name comes from where I live. We live on Hunting Boy Branch on up the creek on the reservation, and it's where I grew up. It means a lot to me for the cultural side of it. Some people may not understand that, but it's kind of like a home. It's your home. That's where it's based with me, is it's my home. My ancestors walked here, camped here, hunted here, fished here, all the way back to the beginning of time, from what I understand. You know, all the traditions were handed down. For my part of it, my grandmother and her family made baskets. Took all summer long, they would work and gather their materials to make the basket, and then they'd weave all winter long by the fire, and that would be what you would produce for a product for the spring to sell. They were made from white oak, splits, quartered, scraped. We use the natural dyes, and that influence probably brought me to where I am today with what I do. So we're here at my home place on Hunting Boy to collect a little bit of bloodroot. A little early in the spring, but we'll see what it looks like here. If it works, we'll have some orangish red tint to put on the mask. This is what it looks like in the woods, and here's a young one. This is what you look for. You can see like the toes, print of a hand. That one's not too bad. So we're gonna break this off. You see the red blood coming out of the root. That's what we're looking for. And this would have been used for the basket making too. They require a lot more of it. For me, it don't take as much. That's why I have the little patch, and it'll come back every year. Well, I work for Graham County Schools through the tribe. The program is called Graham County Indian Education. And we have been making different various crafts, and the kids go out and we learn to gather, make, and give them the history and background of it. We found a walnut tree here that the power company had cut, so we're gonna get some of the bark, see if it'll work for the dyeing of the mask. It may be too dry, the blocks is. We're gonna try to take some bark off the stump. Yeah, this is really good. See the yellowish looking? Still has a sap. You can see here it's pushing it up. So this is the part we're looking for to dye with. That's where we're gonna get the color from. And some of the life from this tree is gonna go live on through the mask. Gonna look good on the mask. And we didn't waste nothing from the earth. Well, while I have my store out off the, I guess you could call it the beaten path, and not in town, it being on tribal land, and this is the closest I could get to town. I gather the wood around the area. It comes from the reservation, but the piece is made here on the land, on the piece I owned. It's satisfying to me for the soul, not the hip pocket. This is a different version of the medicine mask. Use the black walnut stain made from the husk, leaves, bark, or root of the walnut tree, and you would rub it on the mask to embed the color. The red was from the Indian paintbrush, the red flower you see in the woods. Sometimes you just see the way it is. It comes to mind, and that's the way I rub the stain in. That would be a version of the medicine mask the traditional way. Been carving for about 30 some years and have a lot of various accomplishments in my carving, from speaking at the Smithsonian and having pieces in the Smithsonian. I don't even know how many masks I've made. How to carve them and the look of it is something I don't think you can train anyone. The feeling of the wood directs me to carve the different masks that I make. You throw the block of wood up and you open the log up and it leads you. It does me. It's kind of like following a story through the wood. It's calling to you. All I'm doing is cutting in just straight through. Now you see the first ring. A lot of that comes from years of experience just looking at it. You can actually see two eyes looking at you. So you see that line. We'll start right here. It's still going to reveal itself here. If you look at one of the masks and you see it might be following you around the room. You look at another one and it's real bold, standing strong. It should draw you. If it don't, then it's not for you. And if it does, then you know the meaning of what I've done through the wood. The power, the strength that you see in the mask, it came from the reservation, and you can say I picked it up from Snowbird on the reservation. That's a whole lot of meaning to me. My art is hanging out there where you can see it, and hopefully influence someone to take it on and take it further. And I get to live through that mask.